Good morning, class. Today we are going to learn the chapter Life Processes. What is meant by life processes? These are the processes which maintain body functions and are necessary for survival. Example, nutrition, digestion, respiration, transportation, and reproduction. Without these processes, we cannot survive. What is meant by nutrition? It is a process by which an organism takes in food and utilizes it. Example, daily we eat food. What is the need for nutrition? Organisms need food to get energy and to perform various activities like growth, repair, movement. What are nutrients? These are the materials which provide nutrition to the organism, called nutrients. What are those nutrients? Example, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, and vitamins. What are the modes of nutrition? There are two modes of nutrition. One is autotrophic, another one heterotrophic. As the name indicates, autotrophic, auto in the sense self, trophic, preparation. Few organisms have the capability to prepare their own food. Example, plants. Such organisms are called autotrophs and the mode of nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition. And what is meant by photosynthesis? Plants by using inorganic substances and simple materials, say for example carbon dioxide and water. By using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigment, plants prepare their own food. Example, glucose, and releases out oxygen. This process is nothing but photosynthesis. Let's see the chemical equation. To prepare one molecule of glucose, plant utilizes 6 carbon dioxide molecules, 12 water molecules, and produces one glucose molecule, releases out 6 oxygen molecules. This process is nothing but photosynthesis. Let's see the definition of photosynthesis. What is meant by photosynthesis? It is a process by which green plants prepare their own food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigment. What is the site of photosynthesis? The site of photosynthesis is chloroplast in the leaf. What exactly the chloroplast? Chloroplast is one of the plastid present in leaf. There are 3 different types of plastids: leucoplast, chloroplast, chromoplast, out of which chloroplast is a site of photosynthesis. Chloroplast contain chlorophyll pigments. The main function of chlorophyll pigment is to entrap or to absorb sunlight. What are the steps of photosynthesis? The first step of photosynthesis is absorption of light energy by the chlorophyll pigment. The second step, conversion of light energy to chemical energy and splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and water. Third step is reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. Let's see the reaction. For the process of photosynthesis, plants utilize 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 12 water molecules. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigment, it synthesizes one glucose molecule and releases out 6 water molecules and 6 oxygen molecules. What is meant by reduction and oxidation? Know the difference between oxidation and reduction? Oxidation, addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. What is meant by reduction? It is opposite to the oxidation, addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. So here in the carbon dioxide, during reduction process, oxygen is removed out and hydrogen is added. So carbon dioxide becomes or reduced to carbohydrates. What is meant by stomata? Stomata are the tiny pores present in the epidermis of leaf or stem through which gaseous exchange takes place and also transpiration occurs in this place. What exactly the epidermis? It is the outermost layer of a leaf. What are the functions of stomata? as I told you already, stomata, the main function is exchange of gases and loses large amount of water in the form of water vapor called transpiration. So stomata is a place where exchange of gases takes place and also transpiration. What is meant by transpiration? Loss of water in the form of water vapor. Loss of excess water in the plants. If you pour water, when plants absorb water, the remaining water, the unwanted water will be evaporated out during daytime in the form of water vapor. This process is nothing but transpiration. Opening and closing of stomata. Stomata is made up of two guard cells and surrounding epidermal cells. And guard cells, each guard cell possesses one nucleus and chloroplast. Let us see the structure of stomata. This is the structure of stomata. Picture you can see open stomata, and in second one you can see the closed stomatal pore. Stomata is made up of two kidney shaped guard cells and surrounding epidermal cells. Each guard cell possesses one nucleus, which is orange in color, you can see in the picture, and vacuole. As you know, plant cell possesses a large vacuole, and chlorophyll, chloroplast, plastids. You can see green color chloroplast in both the guard cells. Here, the opening and closing of stomata. The opening and closing of stomatal pore. Exactly at the center, the empty space is nothing but stomatal pore. These stomatal pores, opening and closing of stomatal pores are controlled by turgidity of the guard cells. As you know, if you put resins, a dried resins in a water, what will happen? It will swells up. If you put it in sunlight, it will become flaccid, turgid and flaccid. Turgid in the sense expansion. Flaccid in the sense loses water and become flaccid. So this turgidity leads to the opening of stomatal pore, and flaccidity closes the stomatal pore. When guard cells uptake water from the surrounding cells, usually surrounding cells, it gives water to the guard cells. When guard cells takes up the water from the surrounding cells, they swell to become turgid body, which enlarges the pore in between. This pore is nothing but stomatal opening. You can see in the first picture, this is called stomatal pore. Exactly at the center, the opening is called stomatal pore. Why it is open? Guard cells absorbs water from the surrounding cells and becomes turgid, and it makes the pore. Next, when water is released out, they become flaccid and closes the pore. Usually, this opening and closing of stomata takes place at particular time. During daytime, stomatal pore is opened. During night time, it is closed to prevent the loss of water. What is the significance of photosynthesis? Significance or advantages are functions of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the main way through which solar energy is made available for different living beings. There is no another mode. Green plants are the main producers of food in the ecosystem. All other organisms directly or indirectly depends on green plants for their food. Example, herbivores directly depends upon plants for their food, whereas carnivores depends on herbivores. It maintains the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the air. As we know, carbon dioxide and oxygen balance in the air is maintained by photosynthesis process. Say for example, photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis, it is a process through which carbon dioxide is utilized by the plants, and this process takes place only during daytime. Whereas respiration is a continuous process, takes place both daytime as well as nighttime, and plants utilizes oxygen for it. So, photosynthesis and respiration, these two are always opposite processes. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is utilized. During respiration, oxygen is utilized and releases out carbon dioxide, vice versa. What is meant by heterotrophic nutrition? It is second mode of nutrition. Hetero means different. Organisms here depends upon other organisms either directly or indirectly for their food. They cannot prepare their own food like plants. Example, other than plants, you can write any example as for heterotrophic nutrition. There are three different types of heterotrophic nutrition. Example, saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, holozoic nutrition. Saprophytic. Here organism depends upon dead and decaying organic matter for their food. Example, fungi grows on dead and decaying log. You might have seen already few vegetables on the surface of dead and decaying vegetables. You can see fungi. And old bread slice on its surface. If you keep it out for 3 to 4 days, you can see bread mold on it. It is one of the fungi, grows on dead and decaying organic matter or food. Few more examples are insects and vulture. Insects and vulture, they too depends upon dead and decaying organic matter. Next, parasitic nutrition. Here, the organism depends upon host. They live either inside or outside the host and sucks directly already prepared food. Example, blood. Say for example, mosquito. Mosquito sucks blood, thereby it gets nutrition from the blood. It is a ectoparasite. Ectoparasite, ecto and endo. Ecto, outside, endo, inside. So mosquito and leech sucks blood from outside the body. And few organisms, few parasite lives inside the body. Example, roundworm, tapeworm, hookworm, liver fluke. They live inside the body and sucks the blood and get nutrition. Such kind of nutrition is nothing but parasitic nutrition, and the organisms are parasites. Next, holozoic nutrition. Here the digestion happens inside the body of an organism after consuming food. Say for example, higher animals, example humans. We eat food and digestion takes place inside our body. We eat solid food and digestion takes place inside the body. This mode of nutrition is nothing but holozoic nutrition. Few other examples are amoeba, lion, tiger, higher animals. You can write any examples, higher animals. Answer these questions. What is meant by life processes? Give examples. Define nutrition. What are the types of nutrition? Write the balanced equation of photosynthesis. Important question. Define photosynthesis. Give a note on saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, holozoic nutrition. What is the significance of photosynthesis? Draw a neat label diagram of open and closed stomata. Important question. What are the functions of stomata? In next class, we are going to discuss about nutrition in humans and amoeba. Thank you.